What is the biggest problem plaguing an enterprise or a business? Besides the many specific problems related to the size or the scale or the nature of the business, one generic problem that entrepreneurs face is lack of consistency in revenue, in profits, in sales, in production, in delivery. Why is that always a problem? And why are we not able to overcome that challenge? And I attribute that to our human nature, our mindset. As entrepreneurs, we are action oriented. We like action, we like to be amongst action driven people, and we also initiate a lot of actions. And what does actions mean? Delivery of outputs, something which is tangible as a delivery. And we get embroiled, we get very deep into that ethos. What will be the sales? What will be the revenue? What will be the production? And such factors. Now we actually neglect and hence gradually forget the importance of what drives that output. What drives that output? Parameters which are categorized as inputs. What are inputs? Are the things, the actions, the factors that you undertake to deliver an output. It can be intangible things like process centricity, like developing a market which will not yield results directly or today, prospecting a customer who is important as a scale but will not come anytime soon. Many such factors are input factors. Working on systems, working on processes, working on policies, working on mindset, which is driven to deliver on inputs. Those are the factors we neglect. Large organizations too are plagued by this. The managers, the bosses want delivery of outputs. Hence, the input is forgotten or neglected. And the entire system gets tuned to just think about outputs, how to deliver results. And in the process, what happens is the farming activity gets neglected. So the crop is not ready for the future, and the future runs dry. Simple logic. But as with common sense, this is easily forgotten and neglected. Hence, there is a lack of consistency. If I get results today, I become satisfied. I rationalize that, I have done wonderfully well. My boss is everybody appreciates the outputs. Everybody rejoices on delivery outputs. The entire ecosystem does not question as to what is in store, how will I deliver tomorrow, or in 3 months, or in 6 months. That is never under microscope. Hence, the entire ecosystem builds up to delivery of outputs. When the output does not happen and the lack of consistency kicks in, and then they go to why is the output not happening, and then they start working on the input. But there is a lull of delivery of the output during that period. They again build up the inputs. They again, deliver the outputs, again forget the inputs. So this is a very dangerous cycle that keeps on happening. How do we circumvent it? In the performance management system, I always advocate that at least 40% of the KPIs or the OKRs, 40% weightage should be on inputs. So that will give importance to working on inputs as well. And hence the outputs won't be a surprise. The outputs won't be an exception. It will be a rule. It will be consistent. And the people who work on inputs also are heroes, not just the people who deliver outputs, right? Because I ask a very uncomfortable question when I am into a forum where businessmen are there and I meet them for the first time. The question I ask is, when are you going to wind up your business? And very many people feel very agitated when I ask. They say it's a stupid question. Why are you asking this? Then I tell them that, then what are you ensuring against closure of business? What are you planning for today, tomorrow, day after, and henceforth, until let's say 40 years, 50 years, 60 years? Leave alone 40, 50, 60, 3, 5, 10 years of duration. Are we actually concretely factoring in and building up our ecosystem, at least the things that we can impact upon? Are we on top of things? And input parameters are a big factor. Very simple. If I want to build a factory or to expand a factory, I will buy land, create a shed or a factory, buy machinery, provide for raw materials for increased expansion, output. Now these are input things. These are things which have a lag, right? So until the factory is installed, commissioned, and it starts producing results, the fact that things that are done during this period, they are input factors. But can they be ignored? Can you straight away start demanding output from the factory? No. Common sensical. This is tangible. A lot of intangibles are ignored, as I said. The processes, the systems, the policies. Most importantly, the mindset. For me, people working on inputs as well as outputs are the right balance. I should have a team which is focusing on both. Only then consistency will kick in. Jai.